Hey guys, Professor Bill here, Comic Book University. Part 3, Luke Cage, Netflix television series. Alright, the shop was safe until Luke Cage started working there. That is it's a line that just really explains everything when Misty Knight was talking about that. Whole bunch happened in this episode. Best episode so far. Good luck trying to top this. However, I see the next episode is supposed to be about him actually being in jail from the preview at the bottom of the screen in Netflix. Um, I finally understand who Cologne is. Cologne's garage or whatever. Domingo Cologne. He's supposed to be the bad guy there. I don't remember him from the comics. I actually did a search. I find the Cologne family, but it's usually involved with Ghost Rider, not with here. And I didn't find a Domingo Cologne. Um, what do you call it? They did show a scene with Detective Scarfe, Detective Rafael Scarfe, and I was loving this character. I was loving him up until he turned into a bad guy. He was actually in the Misty Knight comics. I had to look it up exactly which issue, but Marvel Premiere issue number 23. That was August 1975. So 3 years after Luke Cage debuted. Bang! This guy's been around for a while. He's been a good guy. He's always been a good guy. Sometimes he would kind of take the law into his own hands a little bit, but he was always on the side of the law. So make him a bad guy is a heck of a switch. You know, for a fan like me who's followed this, you know, I wasn't born back in '72, so I certainly weren't reading these when they first came out. But I mean, in back issues and whatnot, heck yeah, I found these comics and I went nuts with them. And that, you know, a casual, you know, fan who's just watching the show, whatever. Okay, he's a bad guy. For me, that's a head spinner right there. But what do you call it? They do have when they had the hallway scene, and I've mentioned it before. They always have some kind of a hallway scene in these shows. They had it for Jessica Jones. They had it for the first Daredevil season, where he's just in the hallway beating everybody up, and it's a great scene and makes everybody go, "Wow, the cinematography on this is excellent." And they had it in Daredevil season 2, except it was in a stairwell instead of a hallway. They have a hallway scene here. It's the course of the whole building, like the little labyrinth, the Crispus Attucks building, and oh man, it paid off in spades. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, getting the actual Marvel Cinematic Universe into a single episode, into a single like 10-minute sequence in a television series on one episode. Man, this was incredible. Like, you're actually seeing this superpowered dude just walking in, taking shots all over the place, and still trying to avoid them at the same time, and just, oh man, it couldn't have been better if they had the little optic blast just shooting all over the place, you know, like Cyclops pop over his shoulder or something. But fantastic. And big payoff. I loved it. My favorite scene was when he just ripped into the wall and pulled out an iron bar and started wailing on people with that. But I gotta admit, it was really close with putting the door around the guy and throwing him down to get off the other guys. Fantastic. But the big thing that blew my mind on this one was the very last scene where he's in the Genghis Khan, not Genghis Khan, whatever that girl's name is for that restaurant where he sleeps, you know, up above. It's a really good name for the show. I can't remember the name of the restaurant right now, but it's obviously based off of Genghis Khan, and I love the idea that Cottonmouth is up there with a bazooka. Now, this never ever happened in the comics. There was a scene where he got shot in they shot at him with a bazooka, but missed. Actually, you know, I don't even think it went off. He ran up and beat the guy up before it got shot. But it was one of those false covers. What do you call it? It was actually, I got the episode right here. Is the 20th of August. Excuse me. Issue number 20 of Power Man. So Luke Cage Power Man, issue number 20. And it was one of those false covers where they show something on the cover, but it doesn't actually happen in the comic. And they actually have Cottonmouth shooting Luke Cage with a bazooka on the cover. Again, it didn't happen in the comic, but to see it happen here, yeah, that was a really cool payoff right there for me. Anyways, guys, this is a long one. I'll see you for episode 4.